If you're scared of making corsets because you do not want to show your breast in public, then this video is for you. Today I'm going to teach you how to draft a corset overbust so it covers up your breast properly. Okay, corset has been trending, and one of the very issues I found out is that it has been so revealing. Let's head straight to that right now. The first thing you're going to be doing on your basic bodice front is to align your queen and neckline, because actually we are going to be having a yoke, and the yoke is going to be a queen and neckline yoke. So on your shoulder line, this is my basic, and I removed 2.5 inches. So now we're going to be removing, you either remove 2 inches or 1.5. This is optional to you. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to be removing 2 inches, but I think 2 inches is perfect. If you want the queen and neckline to go deeper, then you have to take it to 2.5 inches. Whatever works for you, right? 1.5, 2.5 or 2 inches. So from there, I'm going to be giving it a curve. I so much love to give my queen and neckline a curve. It gives it this very beautiful effect. So I'm going to be giving it a curve, and we're stopping it at the very chest line. Just like this, right? So I haven't done this now. The next thing we are going to do is to contour our underbust. If you've been following my tutorial, you should get used to me contouring my underbust, and this is basically marking 1 inch from both sides of your bust apart measurements. That's what I've done now. I'll go ahead to use my ruler to connect it like so. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do want to subscribe. This is Amen Clothing YouTube channel, where we teach you how to use patterns to create unlimited design. So you do not want to miss out. If you subscribe, click on the bell notification icon so you'll be the very first person to know whenever I post new videos like this. So let's go back to the video of the day. Now I'm done with my underbust contouring. So the next thing we are going to do is to get our bust circumference. Now basically, bust circumference is one of the factors that will determine if your overbust measurement is going to cover up or is going to leave your cleavages out. Not just cleavages, if it's going to leave all your breast out. So your bust circumference should be one of the major things you put into consideration while drafting a corset. Now, what is your bust circumference? The bust circumference is the distance between your bust point and your underbust. You want to take this round. If you have a compass, you get 3 inches or whatever your bust measurement, your underbust measurement is. The way we use a compass in school then for mathematics, right? You want to get 3 inches. Now put the pin of the compass and take it all the way around. So I haven't done this now. Instead of marking 1/2 inch on my bust line, I went 1 inch above the bust line to mark this 1/2 inch. Also, this is so that it will not reveal so much cleavage. Then having done that, I went ahead to complete my bust circumference. So do not worry, your bust circumference from this side should align with this very 1/2 inch mark from your center front, right? Remember, the 1/2 inch mark at the center front did not start from the bust line. It started 1 inch above the bust line. This is also to help us cover the overbust properly in this corset, right? So now I'm going ahead to join my bust circumference together. Like I said, if you have your compass, you can just do this very smoothly once than going all the way around with your tape and all the shenanigans that I put in here. But if you do not have a compass, you can just do what I just did now, okay? So now this is what it looks like, okay? Now this very part is rightly our bust circumference, but to be on a very safer part, I'm going to be adding 1/2 inch to it. As you can see, it's even over the chest line, but still I want to make sure that I am on a very safe part. So I'm going to be adding more 1/2 inch to the overbust. I'm going to be adding 1/2 inch to the overbust all the way around like so. You want to watch carefully to see the way I am doing this. Then of course I'll go ahead to join this together like so. Up until this level, we're going to be joining together like so. And currently this is what your pattern should be looking like. Now, because it's a queen and neckline, we are going to be cutting out the whole of this part. We have to contour it so it does not gap. It's also going to help the corset so it does not gap. Now to contour this, we are going to be using our contour neckline guide, which I did right now. And I just marked in my dart, so I'm going to be putting in the dart like so. I have a detailed tutorial for contour guidelines. If you haven't seen that, leave a comment in the comment section and I'll drop the link of the video so you can go check it out. The next thing we are going to do now is to open up our darts and of course close it. There is no order to this. There is no like this is where you're supposed to start first. So before we close up the dart, sorry I forgot something. We are going to be imputing the dart for this center front. How do I put it? This contour dart for the center front. Yeah. So I'm marking from the very line of my bust point. I marked 1/2 inch on both sides. I'm going ahead to connect it to the bust point like so. For my bust line, 1/2 inch on both sides at the center front, I'm going ahead to connect it like so. Please be sure to extend that line to your center front, okay? Be sure to extend that line to your center front. Like I said, there is no exact principle of opening up these darts. Let's say you're going to be starting from here first, or you're going to be starting from the other place first. No, just do whatever you have to do to close the darts, open up wherever you need to open, and make sure that your pattern is still in place. So do not say because I started from the waistline, you're also going to be starting from the waist. No, whatever it is you're going to do to close up the darts, open up when necessary, and make sure that everything is in place. Just do that. So do not forget to extend this very dart to the center front. It is very necessary. I went ahead to use my pen to kind of do a rough lines there, so I know that there is a dart and I have to take it out. Okay. So the next thing we are doing now, after removing the corset, I have to set this corset aside so we can work on the main bodies. And then I'm taking out the darts and taping down or closing up wherever I need to close up like so. If you found this video helpful, please do well to share it to other platforms where they will be needed. And I really appreciate all your efforts. Thank you. Now I'm taping down this darts. Of course, that is what I'm going to be doing to every other dart. Close up, tape it down. This is the side bust dart right now. I've removed it and I'm going to be closing it up like so. You want to be very careful while taping these things down so your paper or your pattern does not move away from alignment and you're doing something wrong. So now this part has shortened, but trust me, it's not going to affect anything. But then to be on the safer side, like we always say, to be on the safer side, I went ahead to add an additional paper. So that's 1 inch removed from the side, from the center front. We're going to be adding it back down here. So just do that, and if you find out that it's more than while sewing, you can just trim it off, but just add it back, okay? So I'm going ahead to add it back right now. Now also we're going to be removing the neckline contour dart. Okay, you also have to take it out, and I'm taping it down like so. Now you find out that some persons will include the shoulder princess seam into this very pattern. That is also okay if you can find your way around that. I really didn't do that so that you guys do not find this tutorial complicating. So it's not going to be too much for you to consume, okay? But then it can also be done. I think I'll consider doing that in my next video. But let's start from this stage right now so you guys do not get confused. Now for the queen and neckline, I'm gonna have to take off this part. Of course, we know this part is going out completely. and then I'm removing, see where I'm cutting it out from, that very 1 inch that went upwards from the bust line, right? So to determine where the yoke, where we are going to be taking away the yoke from, or where we are going to be attaching the yoke, the very point where the yoke is going to be attached from, I had to pull back this corset and I'm trying to check it properly right now where we are going to be attaching the yoke, and obviously it's going to be well fitted from this very point. Okay, from the look of this corset, you can even see that your overbust is somewhere around the armhole area, and of course it's so much far from your bust point. It's so much away from your bust, like it's going to be covering up. Look at where the overbust is somewhere around the armhole area. So when looking at it, you're going to know that this will cover your overbust properly. So now this is what we have, like so. So this is what we're going to be having, and I'll go ahead to remove the darts of the corset so we can form our cup from there. Okay. So we'll set this aside so we can work on these darts and then form our cup from there. Like I said, there is no order for this, or just follow what I'm doing. Okay. So we're going ahead to remove the darts from the underbust area all the way to the darts at the contour neckline guide. Same thing here, we're also going to be doing. So we're going to be taking away the two sides. Please do what to label. You want to label this carefully because at this point you're bound to get confused. If these papers interchange or mix up, you will not know which one is facing center front and which one is facing the side front. So you want to label whatever it is you're going to label that you will understand personally, because you're the one making the dress. Whatever label it is you will impute that you will understand. So it's very necessary you label at this point, because when these papers interchange, trust me, you will not know which is which again. So you're going ahead to cut out the darts. And now because we've labeled, we know where it's going to be facing each other and thereabout. Know that. So next thing we're going to do now is to tape the two upper parts together and also the lower parts together. If you've watched this video up to this point, please drop a comment in the comment section to tell me what you noticed that you've been doing wrong in your corset pattern and how you're going to be correcting it now from the value you got from this video. I'll be very glad to see the comments. So I'm going ahead to tape the down part of it now. As you can see, it is pointed. We're going to be removing that pointed part as we go on. I'm removing the pointed part right now, like so, and go ahead with my scissors to cut it out. And here also, the point here isn't that much, but we're just going to be removing it slightly so it can come out smooth and nice. So now we're going to be putting these two together, right? We're going to be sewing it together. And after that, this is what we have while after sewing it together, okay? This is the inside. I'm just using these to kind of differentiate. This is the inside. This is what the outside looks like. Okay, thanks for watching. I really believe that someone has gained a lot of value from this video, and when next you're making your corset, it's not going to be showing cleavage that you'll be afraid to dance in a wedding, so your breast does not fall out, you guys. So this is what it looks like, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.